Welcome to a new video of Big Brother 161. On the previous video we saw a lot of characteristics regarding the debug screen, better known as the F3 screen. When we press F3 and Q, this small menu will be displayed, which we did not explain on the previous video, so let's begin. To start, we will see what happens when we press F3 and A. This function reloads all the chunks. This helps to reset the renderizing of our distance when we have trouble with glitches or a chunk didn't load. F3 plus B is the function that is going to display the hitboxes of entities, including items. The white borders are going to show the hitbox that is going to interact with other stuff, for example with my own hitbox. The red lines are going to show us what is the line of vision of the mob. For example, this cow can see over this block, but over this one, it can't. And the blue line is the side vector, which is going to indicate the direction in which the mob is seen. Let's assume one day you die, and all your items are left scattered around the terrain. So if you respawn, you want to get back all your items, but some items are very hard to see. You can press F3 and B, and at the distance the items are a lot easier to see. The same thing happens when you want to look for a pet or a mob. They are a lot easier to see at a distance. F3 and C is going to copy our location. So let's open chat, paste it here, which is automatically going to paste the teleportation function. So let's suppose we fly off on creative, work on some stuff, and we do not want to fly again to the previous location. We can paste the function and press enter. Now parts of the function displays on what dimension we are in. So now, for example, let's go to another. We fly around a bit, paste, enter, and it takes us to a coordinates in the overworld. Now let's keep pressing F3 and C. It says that the game is going to crash on this countdown unless we release the keys. Now we're out of the game. This displayed message says the game was crashed manually. Here we can see the crash report, close the message, and simply re-enter the game. I don't really know why we would want to crash the game, but the function is there. If we press T, the chat is going to open. But how can we erase all of this? This is done by F3 and D. Now let's press T again, and the chat is clean. One of the favorite functions of the Minecraft content creator. Now, a function that was removed on Snapshot 22W12A was F3 and F. This function existed on versions 1.18. What this function did was increase our renderizing distance. And counterwise, F3 and F and Shift decrease our renderizing distance. F3 and G displays these boxes. You may know that a Minecraft world is composed by chunks. These spaces are 16 by 16, and on the vertical distance it goes all the way up to the world build limit, and it goes all the way down to the bottom of the world. The chunks right beside the one we are in are shown by these vertical red lines. We can cross this border and see that we are on the next chunk. Now, inside the chunk you will see these horizontal blue lines, which further divides the chunk. These are 16 apart and denote the sub-chunks, so all the chunk is subdivided all the way from down to up. So the sub-chunks are 16 by 16 by 16 blocks. Perfect cubes. Sometimes we are carrying around tools. For example, this hoe. If we place the cursor over the item, we're going to see the name of the tool and some information, for example the attack damage and the attack speed. If we press F3 and H, the advanced tooltips function is activated. Now if we do the same thing, even more information is displayed. Now we can see the durability of the tool, the Minecraft ID, and if it contains further MBT information. Or name binary tag. Now, if we directly watch a block, for example this grass, and now we press F3 and I, we are going to obtain some information about this grass block. We open our chat, paste it, and you're going to see the set block function over here. So we can remove the block, even replace it with another one, execute the function, and we will get replaced by the original block. We can even do the same thing with the grass block. Place a grass, and we can even replace it again with the original information we found it with. If we head over to a mob and do the same thing, now we obtain all the information about this particular cow. The chat bar is not long enough to withhold all this information. But what we can do is use a command block. Now you're going to see that this bar can actually contain all this information. Now with this, we can summon exactly the same cow. And this mob is an exact copy of the original one we found. For example, we can even copy exactly the same villager and copy all the information even regarding the armor it holds. F3 and L allow us to make a profiling about the game we are playing. This profiling takes 10 seconds, unless we interrupt it again pressing F3 and L. But in our case, for example, we did wait for the profile to end, we're going to see this message displayed. We can click this hyperlink and it takes us directly to this file. Now we can click and enter, and we're going to see a lot of documents regarding the information about the profiling we did. Let's get, for example, to this file, and we see some information regarding the ticks during which the profiling was done, reaching up to 120. Now let's see, for example, here, chunks. Well, we have this. Now let's see this entity file, which I assume we did identify all the entities we have on this world. Here you can see some hopper minecarts. Here are some wolf, minecarts, cows, chicken, and all the rest of entities. Interesting. I don't want to pretend I understand all of this, but this was what I found. But if you're a programmer or a developer, maybe you can teach me what all of this means. Let's continue. F3 and N. This allows us for a fast change between a playing mode or another. This allows us to change from the current playing mode to the previous. But we can also use F3 and F4, which allows us to select between the 4 playing modes. Now we are in creative. Let's go to survival. Now we can try adventure mode. And spectator mode, which is only used to observe. F3 and P allows us to do the next. A function on your PC is pressing Alt and Tab, which allows us to move from one app to another. But in the case of Minecraft, this automatically displays the menu or pauses the game. But what if we are using on single player an AFK farm? So the next function, F3MP, allows us to lose focus. This allows us to deactivate the pause that is done on the game when we go to another app. Let's press Alt and Tab again. You'll see that the game is not pausing. As we already saw, F3 and Q displays this menu. F3 and T allows us to reload the resource box on this game. An additional function of this, for example, now I'm going to press constantly left click. During this I'm going to press F3 and T. When you see the screen, we can release the click, and for example now I can just stroll around the mouse without pressing anything, and my hand will still break this grass. What F3 and T is going to allow us is to maintain the click state of the clicks of the mouse. F3 and Escape is going to allow us to pause the game without opening the menu, and we can drag around the mouse without opening the chat bar. Here I can move around and even go to other apps. Now to get off this pause, I just click again Minecraft and press escape. Basically these are the combinations, but now let's see a few more things. F1 allows us to not open all the interface. For example, here I have on my debug screen. Now I can press F1, all the debug screen, my bar, and even my hand is invisible. I can even use a spyglass, press F1, and none of the display is lost. And for example, I can see the zoom on all my screen. For example, I put on a carved pumpkin, we have the appearance. I press F1 and the pumpkin is not bugging us anymore. With F2, we can take a screenshot. Now we can just press this hyperlink here, and it's going to take us to this image. We already saw that F3 is for the debug screen. F5 is to change our view from first person to the back view and to the front view, which I do utilize to speak to you. And with F11 we can change from the full screen view to the window view and back. And this has been all for this video. Thanks for watching. This has been Big Brother 161, and remember, I will be watching.